Hey, it's Kathryn Merrow. I wanted to talk with you today about headaches and migraines. I used to have headaches and migraines and I really hated them. In fact, I never had a headache that wasn't a migraine. There was a day that I was driving down the expressway and I was behind a truck full of hay and it stunk and there was a traffic jam and my head hurt so badly that I thought, I shouldn't be driving. I could have an accident. And then I thought, well, if I have an accident, at least my head wouldn't hurt. I have had migraines for most of my life, until about 10 or 15 years ago. I started out by learning a lot about nutrition and the difference that it makes with migraines. This book is called the Bircher Benner Nutrition Plan for Headache and Migraine Patients. You can see that I've had it for a long time, pushing 50 years, and it made a big difference to me. What it basically says is eat real. Eat real food. There were some things that were not recommended for people who had tendencies to get migraines to eat. So I stopped eating them. And then over the years, I had some really good body work therapy. I got into the body work field. I learned about massage, the benefits that it could have or not, depending on the skill and training of the therapist. Over the years, I learned so much that I basically got rid of my migraines, and I rarely have one now, only if I sleep the wrong way. So I ended up writing for you a book called Head Pain Natural Relief. It helps you discover why you're getting your lousy migraines and why your head is hurting. Everybody doesn't migrate into a migraine, but a lot of people do, and a lot of people have only migraines. So it's called Head Pain Natural Relief because everything is not realized that it's actually a headache or a migraine. What I started to cover in this book, which is short, it's fewer than 70 pages. The reason that it's short is because when your head hurts, who needs to sift through 300 pages looking for the information that you need? Instead, I go page by page, step by step of possible causes. Some of the causes for migraines are trigger points. This is a trigger point picture. It indicates that the areas of red are typically the areas of pain. The X's, or sometimes they're indicated as T's or TRs, are trigger points. A trigger point is a crabby, irritable place in a muscle that causes pain elsewhere. You see, the trigger point is way down there, but the pain is up there. So I go over a lot of trigger points in the book. I also cover all kinds of other causes. Did you know that your upper teeth can cause a lot of pain in the side of your head? It's pain in your teeth. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Pain in your teeth, but here's where the trigger points are. And this temporal muscle on the side of your head causes pain up in your head, causes pain even down to your teeth. There have been instances of people having teeth removed because they thought it was a pain in the tooth, a bad tooth. The problem was actually a trigger point in one of the muscles on the side of their head. Here's another instance of muscles in the front of your neck here. These muscles here, there's a leg in front and a leg in back. This is the back leg causing pain in and around the ear, over your eyes. So in the book I talk about trigger points, I talk about diet, I talk about nutrition. Did you know that what you eat can cause pain in your head? I talk about posture, I talk about sleeping positions, working positions, how you sit in your car and what you can do about it if your car causes you head pain. I talk about every possible cause that I could think of at the time that I wrote this book. There are very few that are not in the book, very few that are not in the book. And then I go into detail about simple ways to correct your posture or to determine, is your posture causing your pain? I talk about your feet, because do you know that flat feet can cause pain in your head, including migraines? I talk about exercise. Does exercise make a difference when your head hurts? What's a tension headache? Is it really called a muscle tension headache? What's the best way to sleep? So Head Pain Natural Relief by me, Kathryn Merrow, is at Amazon. I had the good fortune of having the misfortune of massage. I had the good fortune of having the misfortune of migraines, so that I could learn what I did in the field of massage, so that I could get rid of my own lousy, miserable migraines, so that I could help you get rid of your lousy head pain. Take care. See you again.